What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of the Jericho Report Weekly News Briefing for Sunday, the 18th of August, 2024. Coming up on the end of the year quickly. Sorry I didn't do a report last week, didn't have a lot to talk about. This week I got a packed report, and I'm quite pissed off. There may be some language, there may be some loud ranting and yelling and caring about. As always, the first link below will take you over to the Patreon post. That's where you can find all of this madness. Let's jump into it. They are really pushing the Mpox. WHO declares Mpox outbreaks in Africa global health emergency. Well, don't worry, because there'll be a thing right along here. Mpox vaccine maker ready to produce 10 million doses. Imagine that. Put a link to that. Fauci urges at-risk people to keep masking to prevent COVID-19. Take this seriously. Very seriously. The mask killed my mother. U.S. cancer experts reveal every new patient is under 45. No shit! No shit again. Cancer deaths in men predicted to surge by terrifying 93% by 2050. 93% by 2050. We told you so. Ironically, Susan Wojcicki, former YouTube CEO, you remember this bitch that ruined YouTube? Came in and she started to censor. Well, she's now dead at 56 from cancer. In fact, ironically, YouTube put together, check this out, mixes or playlists YouTube makes for you. Put together this playlist for me, not for the videos, but for the comments. Let's check some stuff. Let's see. Well, will this bring back the dislike button? Copyright holder claimed her life at 56. Allow ad blockers again. Hope she watched the last unskippable ads before she... Bye, Felicia. This stuff, some of this stuff is just gold down here. Censored and banned permanently. She was terminated for community guidelines. I'll put a link to check out some of the comments, man. Former Trump aides, shifting gears, claim Donald is in meltdown. Feels the election is slipping away from him. I don't know, because he did such a good job on X. X conversation between Musk and Trump generates over 1 billion views. I was too busy to check it out, but I mean, the mainstream media made an uproar about it, so you know it had to be good. Watch Minnesotans magnificently destroyed Tim Walz. Look at a little bit of a video here.
80% of our students miss less than 10 days of in-class learning.
I won't forget when you illegally banned physicians from prescribing medications for early treatment, fracturing the doctor-patient relationship.
Of course, this is the clown
I will never forget
being
Kamala
forced
picked
out
to
of
my job at the VA of
Vice President,
20 years because of the vaccine mandate.
I won't forget when you decided which businesses were essential and which ones weren't.
You shut down stores, malls, zoos, everything, and we couldn't even go outside.
I'll remember when you sent COVID-positive patients back to the nursing homes, and you chose not to send them to the Bethesda COVID hospital. People died alone.
Put a link to that. A couple more here. America's top hackers identify major problems in voting machines. Oh no, I can't believe it. And I got one at the bottom. Prepare for Trump to be sentenced to prison September 18th. As Victor Maitland once said, that would be a neat trick. Of course, in the end, he got fucked up. We are over to financial news. There have been some huge swings in the markets. Let's scroll down and see how the markets is this week. The Dow Jones rose 96 points on Friday. For the week, the Dow was up 1,162 points, 2.9%. This is after falling like over 1,000 points last week. It closed just above 40,000, 40,659. So we're getting closer to 41,000 on the Dow. Yay, Dow! U.S. inflation falls to 2.9% in July, but I have to try this for $1 if I want to read further. This is so cracks me up how they want you to pay for the news. I'll put a link to that. Home Depot disagrees, issues warning about the economy. People are not buying shit. People are not fixing up their homes. Nobody's buying anything. Put a link to that. JP Morgan Chase, Bank of America, Wells Fargo undergo federal investigation over hundreds of millions of dollars in scams and fraud. Instant payments platform Zelle. Be advised, if you use Zelle, you want to know about that. Hackers may have stolen Social Security numbers of every American. Here's how to protect yourself. Well, we can do it like Australia does it. Check it out. Digital Identity Trust Exchange to launch by the end of the year. It's all for your own safety. Imagine your vaccine data and your financial data all in this one how the government's proposed trust exchange digital ID scheme would work. We know how it would work. It's a big idea. It's a fucking new world order. It's happening across the planet, folks. Trump falls behind Harris in betting markets. I got one from election news in the financial bin because the betting markets are saying that Harris is going to win. Okay, but I'll link to that. Speaking of that, Vice President Kamala Harris rolling out new policy. Now look at this, saying she'll fight to end taxes and tips for. They always say this shit. They want to appeal to the just living above the welfare poverty level people, right? I will end taxes on tips, and they all say the same shit. She stole this idea from Donald Trump. He says he'll His tips would cost ending it would cost the federal government $250 billion over 10 years. According, look, they all say the same shit. Every single one of them. If he was gonna do it, why didn't he fucking do it last time? It's a bunch of lies and bullshit. Trump to sue DOJ for $100 million over Mar-a-Lago documents raid. Yeah, whatever. But look at this. Harris campaign busted for spoofing news outlets and headline, I got news for you. They all do this. In fact, let me go on a little rant here. This is why during an election year, I can't even watch the fucking local media. I can't watch the 5 o'clock news, 6 o'clock news, because the advertisements, every single fucking advertisement. This Democrat sucks. This Republican is great. This Republican sucks. This Democrat is great. This guy did this. This guy did that. Every single fucking one of them are the same. Yet we have to have this shit pumped at us. I can't even watch the local fucking weather report because they won't shut the fuck up. I'm sorry for getting so upset, and forgive me, I'm very tired as well. But just this 100% complete and total sham that we live in. Over to New World Order Police State News. This is where I stop you. Please, if you like the report, give it a thumbs up. If you think it sucked, give it a thumb down. I don't care. Just please rate the video. It helps it move around. European Union sends letter to Elon Musk demanding him to censor Donald Trump. You can't let him make certain statements the EU will not stand for. In fact, here's a letter. With great audience comes greater responsibility. You mean censorship? We can't have the slaves. We can't have you saying things the slaves might think for themselves for just a minute. Screw your censorship. Tech giants will be forced to ban fake news under LIBOR plans. Put a link to this happening all over the place. Censorship. 61-year-old Brit gets 18-month prison sentence for chanting, "Who the fuck is Allah?" You can't do that. You're not allowed to protest. You can't. No, you gotta take it, slave. Britain is proof globalists plan to use migrants as a mercenary army against the West. No doubt. We got this. Woman 46 brutally raped at knife point by migrant at Fane Boardwalk as another held back her boyfriend. This happened over in Coney Island somewhere. Texas ramps up border security with more razor wire. Go Texas! Right on, put a link to that. Meanwhile, reshaping the electorate. Biden-Harris administration granting citizenship at fastest rate in a decade. Yes, vote for me and I'll give you free shit! That's what's going on. Why do we allow it? Officer fatally injured. We got some local news out of Ferguson. Officer critically injured. 5 others. Apparently, it was the anniversary of the Gentle Giant in Ferguson, and people went crazy. The cops didn't do anything wrong, but people proceeded to rip down the fence, and a cop got critical. He's still in the hospital. I'll put a link to that. Other news, you want to protest something. January 6th. Look, grandmother needs your help after being hit with the largest misdemeanor fine in American history, $103,000 for praying in the Capitol. I got a couple good old-fashioned police state news, and a reminder, forced vaccination is now legal in New Zealand. Anyone who refuses injection against their will, all the government documents are there. It's not false news, YouTube. It's all linked to the .gov. And I got one good old-fashioned one, 9 scary FEMA camp facts you must know. And I apologize when I start stumbling over my words. These reports get me so upset that my brain scrambles. I can't take this shit anymore. I know people love these reports and I love doing them, but it's gotten to the point where it's so upsetting. I don't know how much longer I can do it. Over to World War III news. Airlines suspend flights as Middle East tensions rise. But hold the phone, because now it's all peace talks. U.S. sends submarine, by the way, as tensions grow. We got this. Look, this. Iran signals climbing down from attack plans 2 weeks after. Now it's all going to be peace. We're talking about peace talks there. Iran. Why don't they make up their fucking mind? I'll put a link to all this bullshit. Iran can hold back attack if Gaza deal reached. It's all the same noise. It goes up, goes down. European allies press for ceasefire, and we're all talking ceasefire and peace and love and joy, and that's great. But next week it'll be, we're going to blow up the fucking world again. Iran wants U.S. voters to think Donald Trump's assassination attempt was a hoax for some reason. I don't know. I got some miscellaneous stuff here. Kyiv attack attempt to pressure Russia into peace negotiations. Apparently, Zelensky saying we're going to attack Russia and cause peace negotiation. I don't know. We got this here. A few weeks ago, I had the audacity to tell the truth that Kamala Harris would essentially be a mouthpiece for the puppet for the military-industrial complex. Are you fucking serious, lady? Every fucking single president is a mouthpiece for the military-industrial complex. Even Donald Trump. Do you think something's going to happen? Many U.S. artist tours are being canceled. Foreknowledge of coming and when. I got a GLP thread here. Interesting, all this. I know that the Taylor Swift thing was canceled over there because of some Durka threat. I don't know. Speaking of that, though, check this out. Here's one for you. Chechens laugh their asses off as they're machine gunned by Ukrainians. So I don't know if that's actually what's happening, but at least they're having a good time. I mean, this is crazy. Allahu Akbar! Yes! Woo! Woo! I don't know where that's happening or what's going on, but snack bars for everyone. Over 2 earth changes in 2012 news. Got the earthquake map set up for 6 points and above for the past week. Just had a big 7-0 off of Russia over there. Had another 6-1 off of Taiwan. I'll put a link to the earthquake data. Had some strong stuff out in California as well. 4.4 magnitude earthquake rattles Los Angeles and beyond. I think there was a 5-point the week before, so I'll put a link to that. I don't know, it's new fault lines being discovered or something. Hurricane Ernesto, update on that. Slams Bermuda, will pass near Newfoundland. It's way out to the east. Just a little update on that. Category 1 storm going on. We got incredibly unusual Burning Man ticket sales dry up after sloppy year. Well, doesn't everyone remember? We got stuck in the mud. I'll put a link to that. Speaking of Burning Man, apparently WF claims that the climate change causes Pakistani men to beat up their wives. It's fucking hot! Put a link to that. Maybe you can cool down over in New Jersey. Check it out. 30-inch water main break in New Jersey. Just completely destroys home. Peels back the roof. Floods the home. Man, that sucks. Somebody was digging and hit pipe. Sorry about your luck. Craziness. Water geyser. Plane crash in Brazil. Be advised. Killing all 61 on board. I got a little video of this. Did you see this plane fall out of the sky? Look at this. He just I don't. It's like the wind just picked him up and blew him around like a kite. Wow, that's craziness, man. Rest in peace. Exploded Mercedes EV battery. We got problems on the road from China. Check this out. Check out these new electric cars, man. Yeah. Boom. Lithium-ion bomb goes off again. Put a link to that. Living in America's first car-free community. You will own nothing and love it. Here's how it could catch on. This guy seems to love it. Legal loophole allowing companies to include unsafe ingredients in U.S. food. Had to throw that in there. And I got to throw this in there too. Reservoir of liquid water found deep in Martian rocks. Over to strange and bizarre news. Got some strange stuff this week. Have you ever heard of the Teflon flu? Apparently rising in the United States. Symptoms, do's, and don'ts of while cooking with non-stick cookware. Teflon flu. Put a link to that. We also have sloth fever. Map shows where deadly disease is spreading across Europe. Sloth like Goonies? Put a link to that. Never heard of it. Clinton Township man shot and killed after confrontation with his neighbor. Apparently, these neighbors got into it because one neighbor's kid was messing up the other guy's sod or something. Ended up blowing the neighbor's head off over sod. Security guard tackled Landon Square attacker. No, he had that knife attack over there. 2 people. Got to get rid of those knives, man. Mysterious companies quietly taking over neighborhoods across U.S., squeezing families out. Massive land grab. What's going on? I don't know. But like that. Secret Service. Check it out. Apologizes for picking lock, breaking into local salon, covering up security camera. They were working VP Kamala Harris's fundraiser and apparently had to go to the bathroom. So they broke into a salon to use the bathroom. Oh, we're sorry. What is it with the Secret Service? We got astounding video shows 2 toddlers and diapers in the middle of Texas highway after being thrown from a car in horror crash. Glad they're okay. Look at that crash. That's craziness. Kids walking around the highway. Good morning. These guys apparently get a kick out of pranking. And I think this is an old video, but I just saw it. So I just wanted to mention it. They get a kick out of sliding down fake dead bodies downstairs as delivery guys are. And it's just thought that was a little crazy. 2 doctors and the ketamine queen are charged with the overdose. Oh, now it's an overdose death. Okay, put a link to that, whatever kind of cover story they want. More than 2,300 pounds of meth found hidden in celery at Georgia Farmers Market. How did they know that I was watching Breaking Bad lately? Put a link to that. John Jr. says he's ready for Elon to head government efficiency committee because of government waste and whatnot. What do you think about Elon Musk being in charge of government waste? Speaking of that, we got this. This is the clown show that we live in. Haters will say this is AI. I thought it was pretty cool. I mean, at least it's got style. Check it out. I love how they both grabbed their crotch at one point in the video. This is, I guess, since they did their little X thing together now, people are making... I mean, it is styling. I give it that. It just adds to the clown show that we live in, though. For all of the news, please check my favorite videos. We got downtown Chicago. Oh, we got the DNC coming up. Oh, apparently there's going to be Durka all over the city in Chicago. Stay away from Chicago. Emotional black woman in tears. Message about Kamala Harris after a migrant bought her food truck. She's pissed off that migrants are getting everything for free when she had to work for it all. Scotty Kilmer's got one up there. Cars, brand shutting down production about GM, and people aren't buying their $100,000 electric trucks. Harley Davidson went woke. This guy shoots up his Harley Davidson. You got to check that out. Frankie McDonald's over there. He says a massive earthquake's going to hit Japan sometime in 2020. Definitely check out my favorites, and thank you to everybody still posting content. Some good stuff over there. Check it out. I do got a couple shout-outs. I do have to give a shout-out to Elon Musk at the end of the week. We watched the Hunger Games and sided with the Resistance. You watched Star Wars and sided with the Resistance. You watched The Matrix and sided with the Resistance. You watched V for Vendetta. When it's fiction, you understand. Yet, you refuse to see it when it's the reality you live in. Spitting some truth. Maybe he wakes up one more person. I don't know. You want to hear some truth? Here we go. This AI doctored video tells it like it is.
Today I convened with police chiefs from across the nation to formulate a decisive strategy to address the scourge of white working class protests.
Listen.
These far-right thugs have observed BLM riots and Islamic demonstrations and arrogantly assumed they could replicate them. Let me be unequivocally clear, you do have the right to protest in this country unless you are white and working class. You can riot in this country unless you are white and working class. You can attack and physically assault female officers unless you are white and working class. You will never be allowed to voice your anger about mass immigration, grooming gangs, organized foreign criminal syndicates, Islamic terrorism that targets our children, and the epidemic of stabbings. This administration is dedicated to labeling any white individual who openly complains as far right. We will implement advanced facial recognition technology specifically targeting crowds of white working class scum, as it would be deemed racist to employ this technology on people of color. This country is fucked. It's only going to get more fucked, and you're all going to endure it like the dirty little fascists you are. And remember, you will own nothing and be happy.
Great video, nothing but the truth. But AI doctored, be aware. That's all I got for this week, guys. If you'd like to report, please give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down if you think it sucked. It's the worst thing you've ever seen. Please rate, though. It helps me around. You can also follow me on all my platforms below. The Twitter, the BitChute, the Gab, the Rumble, the Facebook. All the links are at the bottom. You can support me on Patreon or directly with DonorBox. I put a lot into these reports. I'm going to try to keep these reports going, although I don't know. This is so upsetting, the reality we live in, and I try to keep it upbeat if I can, but this week it's nothing but I told you so. You know what I mean? Anyway, I hope you guys are doing well. Please tell me your thoughts on what's going on in the world. What's going to happen with the DNC? We're going to have Durka in Chicago or what? A lot of people saying something bad is going to happen. I don't know, I guess I'll buy popcorn. I'll go live on Twitch if something goes down. You can find me over there live chatting, whatever. But you guys take care, stay safe. Thank you for hanging out with me on a Sunday while I give you the news. Have a good rest of the weekend. Have a good week. I love you very much. Remain vigilant always. I will see you